Self-Cultivation. February 4, 2013. Topics for reflection. Dream versus reality. Which version of yourself is more real, your dream self or your waking self? Your imagined self or your real-life self? Are we living in a dream or in reality? How do you interpret the phrase, life is but a dream? Proving heaven. By what means can you prove the existence of heaven? How far are you from heaven? What gaps remain between you and heaven? The existence of time. If everything is growing, aging, and dying, why claim that time doesn't exist? How can you prove time is non-existent? Can you reverse aging, return to the past, or leap into the future? The illusion of life. In dreams, you experience joy, fear, and worry, but upon waking, you realize it was all just a dream and find the events laughable. Knowing that life itself is no different from a dream, why do people remain attached to it? Why do they get emotionally invested in gains and losses, joys and sorrows, and life's fleeting experiences, even when they know it's all ephemeral like bubbles? Process versus outcome. Which is more important, the process or the outcome? What is the dialectical relationship between them? Would you choose the outcome or the process? The challenge is that all processes are controlled by programs, leaving people powerless. Should we then submit to destiny or strive actively? Striving might conflict with the program, while submission could result in missed opportunities. How should one walk the path of life? Predetermined life. If everything is programmed, inevitable, and predetermined, then every word spoken, action taken, and person encountered is fated. Life's blessings, misfortunes, longevity, and happiness are all predestined. In this case, is it true that whether one is proactive or passive, nothing is truly under human control? Why or why not? Facing inescapable confinement. If you were permanently trapped in a sealed concrete room, or an earthquake confined you to a small space with no tools and no chance of rescue, the inevitable outcome would be death. In such a situation, what would you do? Do you have any way to escape? Life's ultimate worth. What is worth exchanging your life for? Life is a journey. Is the journey itself life? Can life exist without the journey? How should we conduct ourselves during this journey? Primary health preservation. Self-Cultivation. The ultimate goal of life is to create the necessary conditions during our limited time on Earth to extend our lives into higher life spaces. Achieving this requires a healthy body, and health preservation serves this purpose. Humans are conglomerates of life composed of 130 trillion individual lives with nearly 10,000 distinct characteristics. On average, from birth to the age of 100, approximately 25,000 of these life units die within our bodies every minute. The more life units that perish, the weaker and less agile our life conglomerate becomes. When the number of dead life units reaches a critical level, the heart loses the ability to beat, the brain ceases to think, and the entire life conglomerate can no longer function effectively. Consequently, other living units in the body, deprived of energy replenishment, will die off en masse within days. Some life units with specific characteristics may take months or even years to die, and there are several other kinds that may survive for decades or even centuries unless the body is cremated or chemically treated. The life units that die within the body initially remain inside it, gradually being pushed out by living units. When the living units are unable to expel the dead ones, the affected areas begin to feel numb, swell, ache, discolor, or become emaciated. When the number of dead life units in a specific area reaches a certain level, that area first feels weak, numb, or uncomfortable, with occasional dull pain. If not promptly treated, the area becomes a hidden danger or the root of illness, its mobility compromised. Neglect can lead to further death of life units in the affected area, impacting the vitality of the entire body. The causes of the weakening and death of life units, excluding abnormal phenomena, are listed below in descending order of their destructive power. Mental activities triggered by the 7 emotions and 6 desires. Diet. Daily routine. Work or labor. Exposure to the elements, wind, frost, cold, heat. Air quality in the surrounding environment. Noise. Cosmic forces, geomagnetic fields, gravity, radiation, various rays, and waves. Longevity or early death depends not on fate but on personal cultivation. Every word and action of a person is closely related to their life. A turbulent mind with countless worries leads to countless cycles of life and death. Life and death are decided in a single thought. Dying of anger, laughter, or shame is not uncommon. Examples abound: someone dying of rage, turning gray overnight from worry, blowing their top in anger, crying their eyes out, trembling lips from fury, turning pale from fright, staying awake all night from excitement, speaking incoherently from joy, clenching teeth in hatred, or losing their appetite from overthinking. The damage these emotions cause to the body is obvious. However, most psychological activities inflict imperceptible damage to the body and are easily overlooked. People only recognize physical death but fail to realize that numerous life units die with every fluctuation of emotion. Most people focus on large, visible factors while neglecting the small, subtle, and invisible ones. While they know that a drop of water wears away a stone over time and that 3 feet of ice does not form overnight, they rarely apply this understanding to their own physical maintenance. They are accustomed to witnessing the inevitability of ripened fruit falling and water flowing naturally but overlook the process leading to these outcomes. Health preservation should become a long-term habit in our journey of self-improvement and cultivation. Therefore, I have summarized the health preservation tips of ancient sages along with my own insights for reference. Principles of health preservation. Maintain health. Attain longevity. Shed mortal body constraints. Ascend to celestial being. As long as the green hills remain, there's no fear of running out of firewood. As long as health remains, there's no fear of a short life. As long as longevity remains, there's no fear of failing to achieve the state of a celestial being. As long as spirit remains, there's no fear of losing life force. Without knowing the path to longevity, one's body is but a walking corpse. The primary focus of health preservation lies in nurturing essence, chi, vital energy, spirit, and form. A skilled health preserver addresses illnesses before they arise. Those who excel in the art of nurturing life know how to remain hidden within themselves without revealing their presence and how to integrate with others without drawing attention. Those who excel in nurturing life focus on preserving their physical form, and those who excel in preserving their physical form further cultivate their vital energy, chi. The first step in health preservation is to eliminate nameless worries. The second is to let go of greed for alcohol, sex, wealth, and fame. Few words conserve internal chi. Controlling temperament nurtures spirit. Light tastes nourish blood and chi. Refraining from anger nourishes lung chi. Regulated diet nurtures stomach chi. Less overthinking nurtures liver chi. Fewer cravings nurture heart chi. Restraining sexual desires nurtures essence chi. Mental and emotional discipline. If one desires to cultivate their body, they must first calm their mind. Avoid distraction, worry, obsession, delusion, greed, and indulgence. Seek inner peace and dispel external desires. Balanced lifestyle. Overeating weighs down the body. Indulgence in sensory pleasures clouds the spirit. Excessive thinking unsettles the mind. A restless heart dulls the spirit, and without a sharp spirit, the Tao cannot be achieved. Overexertion weakens vital energies. An overburdened mind leads to exhaustion. Excessive physical exertion weakens the body. Overworking the spirit depletes its vitality. Draining too much qi leads to collapse. Restrain overthinking, preserve vitality. Avoid overthinking, and the spirit will remain whole. Speak less, and your chi will stay intact. Refrain from lust, and your essence will remain sufficient. Emotional impact on vital energy. Anger drives chi upwards. Joy relaxes chi. Sadness dissipates chi. Fear causes chi to sink. Cold constricts chi. Heat causes chi to escape. Shock scatters chi. Overexertion depletes chi. Overthinking knots chi. Stillness regenerates chi. Balance in daily activities. Prolonged watching harms the blood. Lying down for too long weakens chi. Sitting for too long harms the muscles. Standing for too long weakens the bones. Walking for too long strains the tendons. Moderation and consistency. Eat in moderation, maintain regular routines, and avoid overworking. Internally, do not overstrain your heart and mind. Externally, do not exhaust your physical body. Mindfulness and emotional balance. Fear and excessive thoughts harm the spirit. Overindulgence in joy scatters the spirit, making it hard to preserve. Sorrow blocks the flow of chi. Anger leads to confusion and impedes healing. Fear disturbs the spirit, making it difficult to calm and contain. Living in peace and simplicity. With simplicity and tranquility, worries cannot intrude, and negative energies cannot assail. Guidance for physical and emotional well-being. Regular physical activity ensures a healthy body. Curbing desires preserves spiritual vitality. Speaking less helps maintain your blessings. Sensory moderation. Shield your eyes from improper sights. Guard your ears against unclean words. Avoid inhaling foul odors. Refrain from consuming overly pungent or harmful foods. Keep your mind free from deceitful thoughts. Emotional moderation. When you love someone, do not love too deeply. When you dislike someone, do not hate too intensely. Balance in speech, diet, and activities. Speak less, eat less, and have fewer concerns in your heart, resulting in less sleep at night. Avoid overindulgence. Excessive sleep dulls the spirit, frequent intoxication scatters chi, excessive sweating depletes blood, and overexertion weakens the body. Constant movement disrupts chi and startles the spirit. Climbing to great heights can scatter your soul and make your spirit flee in fear. Moderate physical effort. Do not spit far, as it depletes energy. Do not walk hastily, as it harms the tendons. Do not gaze intensely, as it diminishes your essence. Emotional stability. Remain calm in the face of both honor and disgrace, and your liver will remain at ease. Act with reverence in both stillness and motion, and your heart will be steady. Eat in moderation, and your spleen will not be overburdened. Practice controlled breathing and speak less, and your lungs will remain intact. Cultivate tranquility and avoid desires, and your kidneys will be nourished. Moderation in diet and the harm of overindulgence. Eat before you are too hungry, but stop before you are full. Overeating harms the spleen, while hunger harms the stomach. Excessive thirst damages blood, and overdrinking harms chi. Avoid overeating or drinking when extremely hungry or thirsty to prevent bloating and injury to the heart and lungs. Avoid sitting or lying down with wind blowing at the back of your head. Exposure to wind in this way shortens life. Effects of emotions. Anger weakens chi, making it easier for illness to invade. Overthinking exhausts the spirit, leaving the heart vulnerable. Avoid extremes of joy and sorrow. Maintain a balanced diet. Take extra care to avoid intoxication at night. Most importantly, never allow yourself to succumb to rage in the morning. Mindful living. Do not let your eyes gaze upon improper sights. Do not let your ears hear improper words. Do not let your mouth speak improper language. Do not let your mind dwell on improper thoughts. Simplicity and tranquility. Purify your heart and limit your desires. Maintain tranquility and clarity, achieving stillness within motion. Keep your heart at peace and nurture your kidneys, living your years in contentment and ease. Maintaining vitality. Consolidate your liver's essence, or your eyes will become dizzy and lose clarity. Consolidate your lungs' essence, or your muscles will weaken and atrophy. Consolidate your kidneys' essence, or your spirit and chi will diminish. Consolidate your spleen's essence, or your teeth will loosen, and your hair will fall out. Balance activity and rest. Avoid overwork, as it depletes chi. Avoid complete inactivity, as it causes blood and chi to stagnate. Importance of movement. Movement generates vitality, life originates from movement. Guidance for longevity. To live a long life, do not overstrain your body or deplete your essence. Let your eyes look without seeing and your mind remain free of excessive thoughts. By conserving your spirit in this way, it will protect your body and prolong your life. Appropriate living environment. There are 8 unsuitable places for living. Areas that are dirty or cluttered. Locations with excessive noise. Places rife with arguments and disputes. Crowded, bustling areas. Elevated or protruding ground. Dark and damp environments. Spaces with poor ventilation. Locations near graves or temples. Dietary choices. Meat eaters are heavy, dull, vegetable eaters are light, clear, grain eaters are wise, chi eaters are spiritual. Cultivating the spirit. Be pure and unmixed, still and unchanging, indifferent and inactive, moving in harmony with natural laws. This is the way to nurture the spirit. Respecting life. Those who value life do not harm their bodies through indulgence, even when wealthy and powerful. Similarly, they do not exhaust themselves pursuing profit, even when poor and humble. Value of life over profit. Value life over profit, and the pursuit of profit will become insignificant. Calm desires to clear the mind. By dispelling desires, one naturally finds inner calm. By purifying the heart, the spirit becomes clear. Solitude for health. The superior sleeps alone, the average shares a bed. Taking 100 medicines is not as beneficial as sleeping in solitude. Harm of extreme emotions and desires. Excessive contemplation and overexertion of memory harm the mind. Worry, intense emotions such as elation, sadness, and grief also take a toll on the mind. Immoderate fear, unresolved anger, and obsessive longing for unfulfilled desires cause further harm. An imbalance of yin and yang disrupts the body and mind. Avoiding harmful desires. Do not be overly eager in pursuing desires, and do not harbor intense resentment, as both shorten life. If these can be avoided, longevity is possible. 3 major warnings for health. Great anger, great desires, and great intoxication. Avoidance and moderation. Avoid wind as you would avoid arrows, avoid lust as you would avoid chaos. Adjust your clothing according to the seasons and eat less after the evening hours. Cultivating body and spirit. If one can align their body and soul through self-cultivation, true essence and spirit will reside within, giving rise to great talent and virtue. The principle of essence. Water has its source, so its flow will reach far. Trees have their roots, so their leaves will grow lush. Houses have foundations, so their pillars will stand firm. People have essence, so their lives will be long. Pillow height.